Hey everyone, today I'm going to be swatching and doing an eye look with the Nomad Cosmetics Iceland Fire and Ice eyeshadow palette. This is one of the most stunning palettes of 2021 thus far, so if you want to see swatches and the eye look I did with this palette, just keep watching. So now that you guys have seen swatches of this beautiful palette, let's talk about it. You get 15 eyeshadows, you get a good variety of matte and shimmers. There are, I think, 8 shimmers and the rest are matte. Usually I'm one who wants, you know, way more mattes than shimmers, but this palette, I think they did it great color-wise. It does come with a very nice mirror with a very decent size. So palettes like this, since they're not huge, but they're not super small, I like palettes like this to have mirrors because I'd still be able to hold it without, you know, my carpal tunnel acting up. That being said, as soon as I saw this color story, I knew this palette was for me. It is so pretty. I remember when I first saw the reveal, I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm in love. And luckily, I do want to say that the brand did send me this palette. I just paid for shipping, so it was very kind of them to do that for me. So I'm very grateful for them. But obviously my opinions are all my own. They didn't ask me to do any content with it. They just were like, hey, hope you enjoy it. So here I am enjoying it. This palette swatched really well. I didn't have any issues with any of the shades. I kind of knew after using the palette that these shades would swatch fine, and I'm pleasantly surprised. The red shade had to be built up a little bit, but besides that, no issues whatsoever. I love this color story so much. I love that there are blues, there's greens, there's like purple, and then you have these like orangey red vibes as well. I just think these are some of the most beautiful eyeshadows I've ever seen in my life, and that's saying something because I've tried a ton of eyeshadows, but some of these shades are really good. The shade Elfheim isn't my favorite. It's a beautiful purple, don't get me wrong. I just wish it was a little bit more intense, like maybe more of a metallic, but besides that, I love all the shimmers a lot. This palette performs like a dream. The eye look I did, I actually am in love with. It's probably one of my favorite looks of 2021 thus far. I'll insert a photo of it now. I just think it was so fun. I just love the color story. I love how there's blues, but then you have like an orange and a red, and then you have like a gray green, and then you have like a dark color, and then you have these beautiful shimmers, and these shimmers are next level. They are so stunning. They're literally the most beautiful shimmers I've ever seen. I love the formula so much. And this actually tops the Tokyo Harajuku palette from them. I love that palette, but this palette is now #1 from them for me, so I'm very excited. The tutorial. So basically I took the lightest blue and blended that into my crease. I then added this other blue and blended that in to kind of deepen it a little bit. Blended it out. Blending is key. And then I added this beautiful purple duochrome shimmer. I added this darker Odin shade just to deepen out the crease again. I added the inner corner highlight. I then added those 3 shades to the lower lash line, added mascara, and then boom, the look is done. I love how this look turned out. As I've said, I think it's a simple look. If you want to see the full look, it is on my TikTok, Makeup by Tasha XO, obviously, but I always like including them. I did want to show you guys the little imprints in the palette. I will do like a voiceover clip for it because I tried to take the video of it before I used the eyeshadows. I really like how the imprints are in the palette. I like how every shade has an imprint. Usually with palettes, they'll do like an imprint in like a few of the shades, but not all of them, so I do appreciate that. I love snowflakes, so the snowflakes are my favorite, but overall, I really, really like the imprints. I think it's such a cute detail. I forget if I said, but this palette does retail for $37 US, which isn't bad. This is an indie brand, so you are supporting a smaller brand, which I always love to do whenever I can. And I think their products are amazing. I haven't tried anything but their eyeshadows, but their eyeshadow formula is definitely one of my favorites. I didn't have any issues with blending whatsoever. All the mattes blended out beautifully that I used. The shimmer shade that I used on my lid was Valkyries, and I feel like that is an eyeshadow that you would want to use with like a glitter glue, maybe wet your brush, because it was kind of sheer. It is a duochrome, so perhaps it's meant to be that way, but I personally do not want it to be sheer, so I built it up on the lid, and I did think in the end it worked out. I just definitely think a glitter primer or, you know, wetting your brush would probably do it even more justice. It's just the most stunning like blue, like duochrome shade. It is so stunning, and having that on my lid, I did like a sort of like a quarter cut crease, and like I love that shade so much. Another thing I'm really happy about with this palette is that there's an inner corner highlight and there's like a darker shade, so you can deepen up the look, and you can also have an inner corner highlight. Yo girl really likes when there's inner corner highlights, okay? Like, I hate having to go grab a highlighter because I want my eye look to be with a palette. I don't want to have to go grab an inner corner highlighter from elsewhere. So for a palette to have an inner corner highlighter and a dark enough shade to like darken up a look, I'm happy. I'm literally in love with this palette to the point that after I did the eye look the other day, I literally messaged all my makeup friends and I was like, oh my god, you need this palette. It's so good. I love it so much. I can't get over it. Like, I'm gonna say it a million times, but this palette is stunning. I love the color story. I think it's so unique and fun. And honestly, like, I love the theme of it. I really do. I just checked to make sure, but this palette is vegan and cruelty-free as well. Honestly, it's rare, but my favorite shades in this palette are the shimmers. They were just so stunning and amazing to me that I'm just absolutely in love with them. That being said, let me know down below what your favorite colors in this palette are. Like, I can't pinpoint them. Like, I love Valkyries, Northern Lights, Elves, like, I'm kind of into all the shimmers in this palette, I'm not gonna lie. It's just so, so beautiful. The shimmers are so pigmented that even when swatching and rubbing the shadows off on my hands, there was still so much pigment left behind. I just love them so much. I think they're so pretty. This like olivey, like greeny, shimmery vibe is just so pretty. I can totally see myself doing a look with this and the dark brown shade, and maybe even the shade Odin. I feel like that would be such a good look. And then we have the eyeshadows without any flash, just with my natural bedroom lighting. Oh, that red shade, what is it called? It's called Hell. And Hell. It is beautiful. Like, look at that. It has like pink flecks in it, and like, oh, it's just so, so pretty. I'm in love with this palette, you guys. Like, y'all are probably annoyed with me saying it, but I am. Like, it's just so, so pretty. I can't wait to use all these shades on my eyes. I have so many palettes I need to try, so it may be a bit before I do another look with this, but know that I'm in love with this palette, and it's probably my favorite palette of 2021 so far. I definitely think this palette is worth $37 US, and however much shipping is to Canada. Obviously, like I said, I only had to pay for shipping, so shipping was still like 15 bucks or something like that, maybe 10, I don't remember, but I am in love with this palette. I cannot wait to do more looks with it. I will do a full review during my ranking my last 10 eyeshadow palette video. I'll be doing that soon. I just have to try out, I think, 2 or 3 more palettes before I'm able to do that video, but that video will be coming soon-ish, probably within the next week or 2. It's just been slow because it's like I have so many palettes that I need to swatch, and like I had been feeling so sick, I haven't been able to play with makeup. I'm feeling a little bit better because of some new medications, so I was able to play with this palette luckily, and I'm so glad I did. It was fun yesterday. But I'm hoping that I can start playing with a few more palettes so that I can do the ranking palette videos. Since I have a few palettes I still need to try. And by a few, like in total of the new palettes I've gotten, I need to try like 9 of them. But for the ranking video, I just need to try, I think, 3 more, and then I'll be set to do reviews for that video. Even looking at this palette, I'm just like, yes, like it's just so pretty. I love the tones in here. I love the color story. I think that the shades go so well together. Like, I feel like the orange and like reddish orange would go so well with the blues as well. Like, you could do like cut creases and stuff like that. I feel like this just has so many fun vibes. You can also let me know down below what eye looks you'd like me to do with this palette. I already have so many ideas. This is such an inspiring palette for me. Like, I already did like a blue look, so I want to do like a look with like the orangey tones, and then I want to do a look using both. I think that would be so, so cool. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you subscribe. Comment down below any videos you'd like to see me do. Go follow my Instagram and TikTok, Makeup by Tasha XO. Hi, Simon. And we will see you in the next video. Bye.